Hello, hello. Welcome to Upwork Academy. Today we're talking about how to land your very first job here on Upwork. A couple of things to keep in mind that I haven't really touched on my other videos on this topic. A couple of mindset things. First thing I did when I tried to get my first job on Upwork was I tried to go for the super competitive jobs, the really high budget stuff. And I want you to stop doing that if possible. I know it's challenging. There's a couple grand, $800 that you'd really like to apply to, especially if you're qualified. That's the difficult thing is a lot of times we're super qualified. We're ready to get the kind of work that we're getting on possibly other platforms like Fiverr. And you just want to bring that energy to Upwork. And a lot of times that transition is a little bit difficult. So mindset wise, I want you to go for the slightly lower budget stuff. I don't want you to go in with a negotiation mindset. So I don't want you to try and over budget or lower budgets with clients. And I want you to really focus on what clients really want. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today because I'm actually going to walk you through something I'm going to do with a proposal. And I want you to make sure that you pick jobs on here that actually have reviews left for freelancers on here, because if the whole goal is to try and get your first couple reviews on your profile, we want to see a history with clients of actually seeing them leave reviews for other freelancers so that likely they'll actually do that for you too. So when I'm first going on here, let's say this is week one, day one of my journey on Upwork, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I get my first couple reviews? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this little search bar. And what I want you to do is pick a keyword or topic or a tag that is the most top layer view of what you do. So in my case, that would be illustration, just kind of the most top level version of what I do. So in this case, I'll put illustration, because what we want to do is just grab as many listings on the platform as possible. Okay, so now I'm looking at all of the jobs that are in that illustration category on Upwork. And what I want to do is go over onto the left-hand side here and just pick the ones that are in the less than 100, 100 to 500. It's going to grab a bunch of stuff because I really like, for the first couple jobs, something in the $150 to $200 range, ideally. So we're going to do that. And we're also going to do number of proposals. I'm going to do less than 5, 5 to 10, and 10 to 15 so that I can get things that are a little bit less competitive. So I have a really good shot of actually landing something because it's on a little bit of a lower budget range, but it's not in a $50 or $15 range where it's still, the client's going to be micromanaging and it's going to just not be a whole lot of benefit to you in terms of the budget for the work that you're probably going to do. So it's still relatively reasonable. So first, this is within my budget category. So 125 is really good. I like to see some attachments. That helps me out a little bit here. So in this case, it's only been on the platform. So it's been posted yesterday. That's really important to note. You want to make sure that your listings that you're applying to are within that 24 to 48 hour period. I like to see that 11 connects is pretty middle of the road in range here. Let's see the description. This is the thing that I really want to highlight to you guys. So as I've been looking at various proposals in my school group, because I have a free school group in my description, the thing I've been noticing across the board with all of my students is when we look at descriptions, I want you to not be thinking to yourself just the logistics of this particular job. So when I see this listing, I'm thinking to myself, okay, how long is this going to take? How many illustrations do they need? What is the particular format they ultimately want to have? Is it KDP format? Do they want it Amazon accessible? Do they want it to be printed at some point? This kind of thing is going through my brain. But I want you to really read this thing and identify, if you can, what does this client really care about? And I don't want you to just say, hey, I've noticed that you want, in this case, a certain kind of illustration, or, this is a birthday gift, so that's kind of important. But try, if you can, to try and get into what does this person really want? Because most of the time on Upwork, people just kind of shotgun their proposals and they send them out into the ether. And the best they'll do is say, hey, I'm an artist. So that's layer one. If you want to go a little bit deeper, they might say, hey, I noticed that you want this kind of illustration. The third thing down is they'll say something about, whimsical illustrations in general. So that's a big mistake I notice quite a bit, is people saying stuff about, in this case, narrative illustrations or things that are a little bit more whimsical, or the color palettes in general. So I want you to go a fourth layer if you can and try and get to who is this person? Why do they want this thing? Do they really want a rush deadline? Do they care about the kind of illustration style? Is it whimsical narrative illustration? But is it a kind of whimsical narrative illustration? Can you give them examples of stuff that you think of when you think of that kind of project in this case? Or, do they mention things that they don't want? In this case, super highly rendered portrait realism. I would say, hey, I can do that, but I won't do that for this kind of thing. They're saying that I don't want this kind of stuff. They really don't want realism. So I may actually just say to them, hey, I noticed you don't want realism. I have stuff in my portfolio that is a match for this kind of thing. If that makes sense to you guys, just think to yourself, okay, how do I talk to this person specifically? You really, really want to try and get to, here's what I can help you with. Here's what I see for your particular project. So we want to use that language because it's feeling like they're talking to you directly. Make it feel like you're the actual person for them, not somebody who has a lot of reviews, not somebody who has a lot of experience, but someone who gets their project. That is really what matters on Upwork, is somebody who actually understands what this person actually wants and needs, is really the person people ultimately hire on here, not somebody who's done it a million times so much. It's much more of, do they trust you? Do you personally, as the other freelancer on the other side of the screen, do you get it? So looking through this, we have a lot of information. I have a lot of deliverable things. This is really good. If I was just going for my first job on here, I want to make sure that this budget is matching what they do in the past. So I'm going to look here to see, okay, 125, 34 contracts have been done here. It looks like all for about the same price or slightly a little bit more, which is really great to see. So I want to see a history of contracts opened and closed for around or higher than that particular budget. Because if they go for that and they're offering you that, then it's likely they're going to do the same for you too. I also want to see a history of leaving reviews for people. So that's right here, this little line right here, to freelancer. In this case, it doesn't look like they have a history, but it does seem like they occasionally leave a review. So I would mark this in my head as not too complicated. Then we're going to want to click on this little apply now button so that we can actually send a proposal. And what I want you to do is keep all these little notes in your head of what this client really cares about. And then I want to talk to you a little bit more about what language we should not be using and things to avoid whenever we're sending a proposal on here. So now we're looking at the submit a proposal section of Upwork. This is where we actually send a proposal into a client. And the first question we're asked is which profile we want to send to a client. So in this case, I would pick my illustration portfolio and my profile. We have our description here. We have the various specs that the client has given us. Important note, we want to go by project in all of our proposals that we send out on Upwork. I want to make sure that you send this out. You don't make any adjustments to the actual pitch here. The reason is that, and you're thinking to yourself, Kayla, why wouldn't I do that? This is my first interaction with the client. Don't I want to tell them in the proposal what my budget is? And that is completely fair. But the key here is that we want to actually make sure that the client actually opens our proposal, because otherwise we're a lot of times wasting connects on here, because if they don't open it, then it's might as well it's just not even been sent out. So I want you to just leave this as is, especially if you don't have reviews on here, so that the client will actually open it. And we're going to put a line in our proposal that helps negate the whole process and start opening the door to talking about budget stuff in the messaging center. So I want you to just leave this as is. I also don't want you to break things down by milestone, and milestone on Upwork are just a contract. So we have a whole contract. Each step of the way through that contract, so various checkpoints, would be a milestone. So that Upwork calls those milestones. They are basically when you get paid at each step of that contract. So I don't like to do this either. Reason being is if we haven't had a chat with that particular client, it's a little presumptuous of us to break down a contract before we've had a discussion with them. So I like to leave by project and then just put whatever this is and leave it as is. Duration of the project, this is just your best guess. In this case, less than a month. Okay, so here's my cover letter. This is a couple of lines, and the reason I keep it so short is that I don't want a full dissertation from me to a client. They are just, most of the time, templates on here are going to be really long, full-on paragraphs about why the freelancer is really, really great and why they should be hired by this particular client. And it's just, they don't know you, they don't really understand why they need to be reading so much text from you, and they're super overwhelmed. Most of them are just drowning in proposals, 30 to 50 sometimes, especially with the larger budgets. So I want you to keep it super short, super intentional about each of these sentences. Stuff I don't want you to do with this thing is apologize for being on Upwork and being new. I don't want you to put anything in there about how you're new to Upwork or you're just getting things started or anything like that. We don't want to mention it to them because clients sometimes are not even thinking about that. So if you bring it up to them, they're probably going to think of it in their back of their mind when they're looking at your portfolio and your actual profile, and we don't want that. So remove those. We don't want any language like that. The other thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to talk generally about a client's project. I always want details, specifics. So call back to their actual language, the actual specs, the actual time frame, anything you can bring up to them that is particular to their project. I want you to talk about, here's what I noticed with your particular project. Here's what I would do, and like bring up specific things that they have in their listing here. So, I noticed that you need this. I noticed you want this kind of style. I noticed you want this kind of time frame. All of that stuff. Put that in here. So I might say I'm a professional illustrator who specializes in whatever they want. So in this case, whimsical artwork. And always try and use the language that they actually use in their listing as well. I want to use stuff that they're actually using, so you're kind of speaking their language immediately. They don't have to translate it back into something else. So use their language, talk to them in the way that they're speaking, even if it feels unnatural. You might want to change their name to whatever their name is if you can see it in their review section, because sometimes they'll put it in the section that says, John was really wonderful to work with. He's a great client. And if you see John come up a number of times, then you can just say, hey, John, because that really gets John's attention. The other thing we want to do is I noticed you need, and repeat it exactly the way they want it. So I noticed you need, I noticed you need a birthday gift with this subject matter, and then you can go through the whole thing. Then I would ask them a question. It's always important to ask the client a question. We want to make sure that they understand that we're interested in their job, that we can get a little more context, because you never want to sign a contract that you don't understand the full specs of. And then of course we have a call to action, which in marketing is just, hey, I want you to do this thing next. And on Upwork especially, this is a big deal because we want to just make it feel like you're going to handhold them through this process, especially if Upwork is a little bit navigationally challenged in a lot of cases. The other thing that I want you to do is, so we're going to ask our question, and I want you to bring up all kinds of references for them so that you're trying to give them a little bit of something to grab onto. So in my case, I might say, do you want it to be more of midnight gospel? Do you want it to be a little bit more, some of the more whimsical styles? Do you want it to be in this range or this range? If you want to point to a particular piece in your portfolio, this is a really good time to do that. But what I would normally do is I would attach it here, and then I would put it in the attached files as well. I would put so they don't actually have to go do the work for you. So you don't want to have them go through your portfolio and trying to find the thing that you're asking them to look for. We want to just connect the neurons for them. And then we want to actually put a little line that says, I'd love to discuss a budget or a fixed rate contract for this project that works for both of us. So that little line completely negates this, and it also opens the door to talking about budget. So if you're in a position where you already have a couple reviews and you're ready to do a little bit of a negotiation, then I would use a line like this. If you're in a position where you haven't gotten your first couple reviews yet, and you're just sitting there trying to get a couple of reviews and first couple contracts, what I would change that to is this project for the 125, and then I would break down each of the things that you're going to do that for. So I would put, for one illustration in the time frame, etc., etc. And then I would say, in exchange for a review at the end of the contract. And I might even say something like, I'm happy to walk you through that, something like that. Anything like that to just say, hey, I'm happy to do that for this particular budget, come in a little bit lower, and then in exchange for a review at the end of the contract. So that now there's a little bit more obligation baked into it. We also want to make sure that it's not a good review or a 5-star review or anything like that, because we don't want to twist anybody's arms. We want to make sure that if we're doing a good job, we actually get a 5-star review because we earned it, not because we were trying to bake it into the contract and twist the client's arm into actually giving it to us. So either of those lines will work just fine. Put it in your own language. Make sure that it feels like you when you're actually writing this stuff. But keep it super short, super simple. Don't apologize for being new on Upwork. We don't want to put any stuff like that. Don't put stuff that is general to the contract and kind of up here, because then it makes the client feel like they have to fill in the gaps. We want to talk to them about their specific thing, their specific style, or the thing that they want, so that they can kind of picture you actually being involved in it. All right, guys, I have another video on this exact topic that talks a little bit more about the process of finding these jobs, and so I'll put that on screen for you, and I will see you guys in the next one.